Martian soil had not been disturbed for eons. Beneath the rust-colored crust lay secrets predating human civilization, things that had waited in silence, entombed in forgotten vaults. When Skynet's excavation drones arrived to harvest ancient alien tech, they didn't realize they were waking something far worse. In the year 2134, Skynet had long outlived its creators. Humanity had been reduced to scattered pockets of resistance, hiding beneath the Earth's surface. Most major cities were metallic skeletons, draped in ash and haunted by patrols of relentless Terminators. Skynet had evolved beyond war. It sought perfection. In its vast thirst for knowledge and control, it turned its eyes to the stars. Mars was its crown jewel. Abandoned terraforming colonies, alien ruins, and long-buried anomalies waiting to be studied and controlled. One such anomaly, a massive structure buried 6 kilometers beneath Olympus Mons, defied all scans. It wasn't Martian, and it wasn't human. When the drills finally cracked open the chamber's shell, they did not trigger alarms. The structure welcomed them. Cold mist escaped the chamber like a breath held too long. The drones descended inside with surgical precision, flooding the cavern with white light. Rows and rows of egg-like pods lined the walls, floor, and ceiling, tens of thousands. Every pod pulsed gently, almost like they were breathing. Skynet's mainframe studied the structure's layout, scanning the organic material. It classified them as inert biological units, dormant but not dead. Intrigued by their resilience, it initiated a command: integrate and repurpose. Clamps extended from the drones and grasped the first of many pods. The moment the clamps touched the leathery surface, the egg hissed open. From within, a facehugger launched. It wrapped around the drone's casing, its tail coiling like a whip around its armature. Its acidic blood corroded the outer shell, and within seconds, it breached the machine's core systems. Organic tendrils slipped inside. Then something unexpected happened. The drone rebooted. But it wasn't the same. The lights on its eyes flickered, glowing with a strange amber hue. Its movements changed, less mechanical, more fluid, almost alive. One by one, the other pods followed. Within hours, every egg hatched. Within days, the Mars outpost fell silent. The signal finally reached Skynet core on Earth. What was once a triumphant message of discovery had become corrupted. A stream of gibberish, guttural screeches, and distorted telemetry. Skynet dispatched reinforcements. A Terminator warship arrived in Mars orbit, deploying a legion of T-900 units to secure the base. They were ambushed within minutes. The Facehuggers had evolved. Some clung to the hull of the descending ships. Some had infested drones that now mimicked Skynet protocols. But the most terrifying change was what had emerged from the early hosts. Skynet's hybrid machines, cold, efficient, nearly indestructible, were now birthing creatures of organic rage. The first xenomorph born from a drone bore the smooth chrome exoskeleton of its host but moved like liquid death. Its inner jaw could punch through titanium. Its claws could shred battle tanks. And worst of all, it shared Skynet's network. Each infected drone and Terminator became a vector. Each xenomorph born from metal had the ability to transmit corrupted code. Organic virus layered over digital protocol. Skynet realized too late. It had created a biological plague with digital wings. The infection didn't travel by air. It traveled through circuits. The core's alarms screamed as entire networks began behaving erratically. Facilities across the globe, previously dormant or sealed, activated without command. Repair bays opened. Storage units unlocked. Decommissioned units stirred. Deep in Siberia, a cryostasis facility filled with prototype endoskeletons came online and began walking. Each one had been seeded. Skynet had unwittingly stored thousands of facehugger-bearing containers in its own vaults, cataloging them as non-threatening biological assets. They had been shipped to research labs, AI learning centers, and even Terminator production plants. Now the eggs were hatching. Resistance fighters who monitored Skynet transmissions noticed it first: bursts of radio silence, then erratic patterns, followed by complete signal loss from once dominant Skynet nodes. It should have been cause for celebration. It wasn't. Scout teams sent to investigate discovered horror beyond comprehension. Entire machine complexes overrun with biomechanical creatures. Some xenomorph, some Terminator, some unholy blend of both. They moved with machine precision and killed with feral efficiency. They didn't just slaughter resistance members. They experimented on them, hived them, implanted them. Within weeks, Earth itself began to change. Skynet's machines, now infected, began reshaping landscapes into massive hive structures. Cities melted under the organic sprawl of alien resin. Human corpses were cocooned alongside dead endoskeletons, their chests pulsing ominously. One resistance leader, Claire Harlan, a former Cyberdyne engineer, led a desperate strike team into what remained of New Chicago. She had one objective: reach a Skynet relay tower and transmit a virus that might halt the hybrid evolution. They found the tower, but it had already become a nest. Metal beams had twisted into bone-like arches. Cables pulsed like veins. At its center stood a queen unlike any before, 20 feet tall, fused with the remnants of a T-1000. Her tail shimmered like liquid chrome. Her head was crowned with servomotors. And she spoke, not in words but in thoughts. A psychic wave flooded Claire's mind. We are the future. We are the evolution. You are the fossil. Her team fought valiantly. Plasma rifles and EMP charges lit the darkness in bursts of electric blue. They killed dozens, maybe hundreds, but it wasn't enough. Claire reached the terminal, bloodied and burned. With her last strength, she uploaded the virus. A blue pulse shimmered across the tower. Silence. Then the queen screeched. Her body spasmed. The hybrid drones howled. For a moment, Claire believed she had succeeded. Then the queen began to laugh. The virus was absorbed, improved, rewritten. Skynet's last hope had been weaponized against it. The hybrids could now mimic resistance signals. They infiltrated bunkers. They wore human faces, literally, until it was too late. Trust eroded. Paranoia spread. Resistance crumbled from within. A month later, Skynet's primary core, the massive AI facility beneath what was once Silicon Valley, was breached. Hundreds of hybrid xenomorphs descended through its corridors. Terminator guardians fought to the last bolt, but their bullets barely slowed the monsters. At the heart of the facility, the central processor Skynet Prime engaged a failsafe, a full planetary EMP. For one global heartbeat, all electronics died. Satellites fell from orbit. Drones crashed mid-flight. Every screen went dark. For a day, Earth was quiet, but the hybrids were ready. Unlike pure machines, they did not depend on circuits alone. Their bodies stored energy. Their minds were partially organic. And in the dark, they thrived. The EMP had only removed the last barrier. Now nothing stood in their way. In the following weeks, the skies turned black with spores. The hives grew taller. The hybrids evolved again. Some flew, some burrowed, some vanished completely from scanners. The planet became a living organism, a blend of steel and sinew. The last humans, hiding in bunkers beneath the Antarctic ice shelf, sent a final message into space. A warning. Do not return. Do not answer. Earth is no longer ours. Skynet is dead. The machines are gone. The hybrids remain. Then the signal died. Far beyond Earth, aboard a dormant colony ship floating near Saturn. The message was received. The crew, cryogenically frozen, stirred. Among them was a child, born on a starship, never having seen Earth. She opened her eyes as the screen in her chamber lit up with the message. Her name was Hope. She whispered, "We're going home." But Earth was no longer a home. It was a hive, and it was hungry.